Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alejandra Montoya, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about myself, my future career goals, and a potential transfer school. So I just want to start off by talking a little bit about myself. So I love to travel. Last May I did like a little tour around Europe, and I went to Germany, France, and the Netherlands. And by far my favorite cities that I went to were Rotterdam and Amsterdam, both in the Netherlands. I love the architecture, I love the culture there, and I really loved everything. Everything was just awesome. And that picture is actually me in Amsterdam in front of one of the canals after I took like one of the boat tours through the canals. It was awesome. And I also love to read books. I read primarily fiction books. I really love to read young adult novels and romance novels because I just like to, dive into those different types of worlds, and I just think it's really interesting. I also am a huge feminist. If you follow me on social media, then you know I'm constantly posting about injustices against women and a lot about social equality and gender equality and LGBTQ equality. And it's like all over my Twitter, my Instagram. So I like to advocate for women's rights and the rights of everyone as much as I can, because I think that's kind of me doing my part, bringing attention to these issues. I'm also a huge modern art lover. I love to go to different art museums and history museums in the different places that I visit, mostly because I like to see what different types of arts they display and the different artists, and I get to know a lot of different painting styles and art techniques. And this painting is actually Jean-Baptiste Basquiat. This was in the Moco Museum in Amsterdam, and it's been by far one of my favorite museums that I've been to because they had a whole display of a lot of Banksy art and a lot of art from a Miami-based artist. I can't recall his name right now, but it was just wonderful. And then this next image is of the cathedral in Cologne, which I absolutely loved. It was so old, the inside was beautiful, it had a lot of stained glass and a lot of gold trims and a lot of paintings. And I also climbed 533 steps to get to the top and to have like an aerial view of Cologne, and it was just awesome and very tiring. And I'm also a huge environmental junkie. Like, I love to take care of the environment. I try to reduce my plastic waste as much as I can. I'm trying to get better slowly, and I also like to advocate a lot about environmental issues and and things that are just going on in the world. So something that we could do right now is donate small items to Student Life at Miami-Dade College in every campus. So you could donate personal hygiene items, small stuff that they can then take to other places. I think they sent an email out about it, and it's also all over their Instagram. So I have a strong idea of what I want to do as my future career, and I have certain goals in mind that I'm going to share right now. So at first, I'm going to start off working as a nurse, probably in a hospital. I'm thinking either in the surgical field or in women's health. I'm still not 100% sure, as I still want to be exposed to the different fields that nursing has to offer. And when I'm in nursing school, I'm going to learn about those different fields, and I can then decide. But yeah, so I just want to work first as a registered nurse, work in a hospital, take care of patients, make sure that their day is a little bit better and make sure that they're comfortable when they're in an uncomfortable situation. After that, after a couple of years of working in the nursing field and some experience, I want to go back to school and get a graduate degree, either a master's or a PhD in nursing. So if I were to get my master's in nursing, I would probably become a nurse practitioner, which then becomes sort of like a primary care provider. And for that, I'd probably want to work in women's health, again, probably with women that are going to deliver babies and stuff like that. Maybe I'd become a midwife as well. That's something that really interests me. And if I am to go the PhD route, I'd like to do research in the nursing field, and I would conduct research mostly on any disparities that affect minority and low income women in the field of healthcare. A lot of women of different backgrounds aren't treated equally to other groups and other ethnicities. So I'd like to find out more about that issue and see how, as primary care providers, hospitals, and clinics, how we can all come together to fix those gaps. And after that, either I would probably go back to working in a hospital setting, and if not, I would like to go into policy making. So I have a very strong interest in politics, and it's always kind of been my dream to work in Congress or like be the president of the United States. But after like maybe getting my master's degree or my PhD, I would want to go into policy making and maybe be a congresswoman or something like that, so that way I could help people in all different aspects of life, not only just the healthcare field, even though that is a big issue that we face today in the United States. Or if that doesn't work out, or if I decide something differently, I would like to work with nonprofit organizations like Planned Parenthood or Doctors Without Borders. Planned Parenthood has like an area of work where you can work on policy making and how to improve women's health and in government and in society. So that's something that would really interest me because it involves healthcare, women, and policy making. So that's something that I'm definitely going to look into. And then working for Doctors Without Borders, I'm able to travel to different countries that need a lot of medical attention and provide healthcare for them for free. And that's something that I think would be a very nice way to, finish off my career or spend a couple of years abroad. So a school I'm looking to apply to and hopefully transfer to is the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. So UNC has a highly ranked nursing program that has a 97% first-time passing rate for the NCLEX exam, which is an exam that you must take in order to get your registered nursing license. And they're also ranked as the fourth best school according to the American Health Council. So the program is very well-rounded and provides a thorough education. They run a lot of their clinical programs in local hospitals in Chapel Hill and in neighboring towns such as Durham and Raleigh. And they're also the first public university in the United States and have a lot of different resources, global partnerships, and programs that are very innovative and very helpful. So UNC is located in a small college town called Chapel Hill. So Chapel Hill is part of the triangle that includes Durham and Raleigh. And it is a very small town. It's a very nice town. And the rent costs around $1,173, which obviously can be reduced if you rent just a room, if you rent with other roommates, or if you rent an efficiency or something like that. So other big cities around are Raleigh and Durham, as I mentioned before. And the good thing about Chapel Hill is that they have a lot of small shops and restaurants, and it's also a very green area, so there's a lot of areas to hike and participate in outdoor activities. So to get into UNC, first off, you need to meet a couple of requirements. So you need to meet the general education requirements, which include classes like English, math classes, history classes, communication classes, your language requirement. And to get into the nursing school, you need to meet some nursing science prerequisites, and those classes include Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2, Microbiology, Principles of Biology, and General Chemistry 1, and Statistics, and a psychology course as well, Intro to Psychology. And you also need to have a 2.8 GPA. So what's good about this school is that the student to teacher ratio is about 13-1, and I'm assuming that this is just a general statistic, so this could include regular classes. And I believe that in the School of Nursing, since it is a more selective program and they don't accept as many students, the student to faculty ratio is going to be smaller, and also during clinicals, it will probably be smaller. It will probably be around 8 students to 1 professor. And the cost of attendance at UNC for the School of Nursing is around $89,081, and this is for 2 years. So this includes your tuition, your books, any supplies and uniforms, and any other school fees. The good thing about UNC is that they're very good at providing financial aid. They cover as much as they can, and they're very well known for providing a lot of financial aid, and they also have a lot of scholarship opportunities for students, which is awesome. The School of Nursing has a lot of global partnerships with different nursing schools. So, for example, they have partnerships with schools in Australia, Spain, Mexico, Sweden, Malawi, China, Japan, and also a research center in the Galapagos Islands. And so, this is a great opportunity for students to do a semester abroad and learn about the different cultures in different countries, how the people are, and how their healthcare system works, how their hospital functions, and all that stuff. So if I do end up going to UNC, I would be very, very interested in applying to one of these study abroad programs and doing clinicals and learning in a different country. And if I were to choose one country that I would go to, it would either be Sweden or Australia. And UNC is also a research university, so they have a lot of different areas of expertise. So one of their main areas is about health disparities and equity. So as I mentioned before about my future career goals, I would like to get into research to talk about health disparities of low income and minority women. So this is very important to me because I know that there are faculty in their school that are experts in this area that can help me with any research idea that I have or any future goals that I would like. So one last program that I want to talk about that is in the School of Nursing at UNC is the Hillman Scholars Program in Nursing Innovation. So what this program is meant to do, it's meant to bridge the gap between the completion of your BSN degree and the completion of your PhD degree. So basically this program chooses four students per year, and they help them complete their PhD directly after they finish their Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. And you're meant to complete your PhD in 3 years and obviously do everything that you need to do to have your PhD. They provide forgivable loans for your undergraduate degree, which you can choose to accept or not, depending on your financial situation. And as you're completing your doctorate degree, you would receive coverage for your tuition, living stipend, health insurance, and travel to any Hillman Scholar seminars or meetings that you must attend. And this program is a very prestigious program as it's only found in 3 nursing institutions, which is the University of North Carolina, the University of Michigan, and the University of Pennsylvania. So this program is very intriguing to me because, as I mentioned before, I would like to conduct research in the fields of nursing. And this program is meant to highlight the hard work that nursing scientists complete and how they help improve the healthcare field in general. So if I do attend this institution, I'm definitely going to try and get into this program because it is something that I really, really like, and hopefully it would work out for me. And this also concludes my presentation. So I want to thank you all for your time, and I hope you have a great afternoon.